What's going on, everybody? Doc from Average Gamer Guys back yet again, and into a little bit more of the game that's pretty much been taking up all of my gaming time, Escape from Tarkov. So today, this is a mission. This is a mission I've been trying to do for what feels like many, many hours. So we're jumping into it. We got two missions snapped together. My journey to complete one of the earliest missions in the game, which is Delivery from the Past. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. If you've been a fan of the channel, thanks for stopping back in. We do appreciate it. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the Escape from Tarkov gameplay. Again, the game's getting a lot of attention, and rightly so. It is. I've just been playing this. I have not played anything else. I pretty much solely play this game. The ups and downs of this game are absolutely insane. And the stressful moments, so I did the voice recording for this after. The stressful moments, my heart, just the way it felt as I was going through and getting the completion on these two missions, it's indescribable. So there's obviously I am sure, some pros of you out there that are laughing silently at me. And if you are, you have been there before. So just enjoy it. Hopefully you guys do, and I'll talk a little bit about it. And if you're interested in the game, obviously throw a like, throw a comment down below. Subscribe if you are new and enjoy the content. We're going to be playing this a lot, bringing it to the channel a lot because I'm having a ton of fun. And finally starting to get a little bit of the grips of it. The PC gaming piece is still really new, so I've got a lot to learn here. But I think we're learning the ropes of this just a little bit. So let me talk to you about what this mission is if you're not familiar. Mission is basically you have to go into one map called Customs. You have to grab a set of documents and you have to escape. The second portion of the mission is to go, portion of the mission is to go into a separate map. This guy was totally camping this stash here, and I'm lucky that I got the kill off on him. The second portion is to go into a different map, basically drop those documents off, and escape as well. And you have to do this consecutively. So that's the tough part with this mission, is a lot of the missions I've come up to the past, you can kind of do piecemeal. I had to slow this down. I shot this dude right in the face. Now he didn't come very geared. He had an AK, he had a pistol. I'll take the dog tag, so it wasn't bad. And then we're just gonna fast forward through a lot of the movement. There's a lot of inaction in this game, but I just kind of want to show what everything I went through to get to this point. This is, 30 or so minutes of gameplay, trying to trim it down. But long story short, so the second portion of the mission, you then take those documents from this map, you go, you hide them, and then you have to escape as well. If you die at any point, even after you've picked up the documents in this, or you get into the second map and you die and you don't escape, you have to start the whole process over. So I've actually completed this customs piece a few times. I've gotten out with the documents. Every time I get into factory, though, which is the next map, I always die. Something always happens. I always get killed. The objective is relatively difficult to get to because it's right by an exit, and that makes it pretty tough. So this is my journey in customs. As you can tell, I'm being probably a little aggressive with the loot here, but I did come in pretty well looted for my character. Brought an AK in, brought some pretty weak body armor, a helmet, and a decent backpack, because I knew if I made my way through when I started where I started, which was basically the opposite side of this map, that I was going to find an opportunity to get some loot, which is really solid. So this is my frustration part here, and a lot of my frustration with this game. So I end up sitting in corners a lot, as you're gonna see right here. So this whole sequence is I can hear a scav just outside of the wall. I know he's there. I can hear him moving. I brought some what I like to call ears in, but a headset in that helps refine your hearing a little bit. I sat there for probably a good 2 minutes. Right, so the whole portion of this, and I actually try to peek this here. We'll slow it down to regular speed. Try to peek this here. I don't know where this scav went. Could not tell you. I don't believe he ended up hearing me, but you never know what they're going to key on in. There's one right there, interestingly enough, and I could tell just by their movement, moving straight line, gun straight up, not crouching or anything. I'm still really worried about this because there's a chance you have to unlock this door, as you're going to see me do now. Then you have to open it, and there's a chance, basically, that that guy just walks around that corner, shoots me right in the back. And then, of course, in pure PC gaming fashion, in interactivity, I could not for the life of me close this door. So finally, we get up to the objective area. I decide I'm going to do some looting first. This is really why I brought the backpack, because there's some solid stuff up here, some good stuff that at my low level that I end up needing, and is beneficial to either me grabbing some money or to me being able to basically use for some upgrades and things like that. So we get through that portion, we bust into here, we grab the documents. I'm feeling good at this point. Like at this point, I'm like, okay, I've got this. Except up until the point where I finish looting the safe and I hear footsteps. I hear what I know is player footsteps. Just from the way that they move, you may be able to hear them a little bit. Just from the way they shuffle around, I could tell it was a crouch and then he ran a little bit. So I've been up in this situation before where I'm the one inside, there's somebody outside, and there's a portion just to the left of this where you can basically hide. I would open the door, immediately try to turn, and get shot. So I'm sitting here, I'm really trying to go. I've got the documents, I've got a ton of good loot. Like, I'm ready to go. I need to leave, I need to get the F out of here, and I just want to do it successfully. That's all I want to do. I remember that in one of the stashes that I hit, which I'm still really learning those, and it's really kind of changed my game over the course of a day or so, from just how I used to do my scav runs and everything, but we'll talk about that probably in a different video. I remember finally, after a while, I remember that I have this M67 grenade, so I'm going to chuck it. Hopefully it knocks this guy out. If it's a good hit and he's not super geared, I probably get it. It would mess him up anyways. Go to peek it. He's not there. And of course I do it very, very slowly. That's my attempt at a peek. So at this point now, I'm like, well, shoot, he's not there. Maybe he's in this corner. This was not a good place to go, but it's the only place I know that I can't get shot from underneath unless he has a really good angle. So I proceed to then sit here for what feels like ever. This is something about my game I've been really trying to do, which is play more cautiously. Over the last couple of days, you probably saw the video that uploaded maybe a couple of days ago prior to this, where Tarkov got me, which was basically I was moving through and you just get killed constantly. And that's the ruthlessness of this game. That's what makes the wins for me so exciting. I have a terrible survival rate. I've started to learn, obviously a lot of it's learning the game, but there's also a lot of, I would say, luck involved, and then really knowing how the maps work and the spawns, which is something I'm not very good at. So finally I decided, after, again, many minutes sped up for the sake of your and my time, I'm like, okay, I'm going to move out of here. I'm going to try to creep it. I'm really still worried about the area I looked at over here, not inside the building, but just outside of it. Where I came up the steps, because that's the most vulnerable part about this. You can't jump from here. I would take damage. I would also probably die, or my legs would get broken, which then would make movement terrible. So that's the player. It seemed, from that shot, seemed like he was not very well geared. I did not believe that was a headshot. I thought maybe he had already been hurt, but I will take a single shot kill on a player anytime. And I could tell just by the movement, if you remember back, that the scav, the AI essentially, the bot, was just kind of moving straight forward in a line and didn't really look at a whole lot of stuff. So now my concern is, one, I want to check this guy because I'm going to get greedy. But two, I'm like, I've got these documents, I've got to get out here. And this guy could not have died in a more terrible spot. He's right in the middle of everything, right in the middle of the open. So I'm like, screw it. I'm going to check it. I am geared enough that if an AI was to come and hit me, I would have an opportunity to absorb a little bit with the body armor that I have, and I would be okay. And I was mistaken about the ears. I picked the ears up off this guy. So he comes actually in pretty well looted. And I hear the sounds of footsteps, thanks to my new earmuffs that I just picked up. So at this point, it's hard for me to tell. I'm still really trying to learn the sounds of this game, and I have quite a few hours in for being, I think I'm level 15. So of course we find ourselves, this is not a scav. This is a scav, but this is a player scav, 100%. So I'm taking the chance, gonna get a nice headshot off there, but he gets some pretty good body damage on me. Trying to figure out what to do here, and I realize I hear another one. You can, in this game, basically spawn into this as a team, as a duo. You can do squads as well, and you can do it as scavs. So I'm not sure where that guy was on the initial engagement. He might have been looting the blue container, or he might have been just outside the wall. But we've got to make a move here. So I'm trying to hold this corner because I know I'm hurt. I also know I want to get the hell out of here. And lucky enough, I hear him just with the sound, and I don't know how the first burst kills him, but I get lucky. So, of course, I get greedy, like I probably should not do. But basically, we go into a really, really fun series of looting. So I'm taking gear off, getting everything situated, and then starting to make my movement. It was a little bit of luck, for sure, throughout this whole process. I was able to pick up some pretty good gear. So that guy, that player that I did kill, the second one, coming out of the large warehouse, he's pretty well geared up. He's got a good set of armor. I'm able to swap it out with included chest rig. Don't care about what I ended up losing. And then lucky enough for me, my exit, those of you that played it know it's close, but my exit is over at Crossroads. And I get this very lucky and successful extract, which is a really good feeling. So at this point, again, I've been here before, but just the interactions that I had, what I was able to do, super, super pumped about making the exfil. Solid experience. Again, so this game is really interesting. You can get a lot of experience, as you can tell by my little mouse movements there. Super pumped to be able to escape. And actually, all headshots on every player, which was pretty nuts. That second player, again, did not realize it was a headshot. Got very lucky. Obviously, the fourth player, too, the burst, just being on auto, brought me up into it. Very excited about that. So now here's the hard part. That was stressful enough as it was, but I'm jumping into the factory map. Now, again, those of you not familiar with this map, it is extremely tiny, okay? Extremely tiny. We're talking probably a fifth of the size of the map that I just came from. It's got a tunnel system. It's got kind of these weird side corridor rooms, and then it's got a 3-story section of rooms and things on one side, and then it has a catwalk system that you can actually get on in what I would call these two larger rooms that basically make up this map. Players, this is I think at most 6 actual players can spawn in, PMCs as they call them, which is what I am at this point. And then there's tons of scavs. There's scavs everywhere. You see a ton of them. Just because the map is so small, they spawn in relatively well. And then player scavs spawn in very regularly as well. So it's usually massive firefights going on. You're going to see this is no exception. And of course, for me, I started just about as far as I possibly could. Again, the map usually spawns you far from the exits, but this map, because of the spawn locations, it doesn't really give you a chance, doesn't give you an opportunity. Somebody always spawns close. So I see a player here, not sure if he sees me. I can hear him basically making the movement the other way, which is totally fine. He was not geared at all, so I'm not even going to attempt the engagement, mostly just because I don't want to give my position away. And I'm basically trying to stealth mode this as much as I can. Again, the thing that sucks the most is I spawn myself so far, or I'm spawned so far away, I don't get a choice here. I see this player who's also not very well geared, and I heard him. I peeked that corner there because I heard a container being opened. So I've now seen 2 of the players. I can pretty much clearly hear the other 2 players, and decide it's time to really start trying to make some moves here. I'm watching this. Again, I don't know if that guy's got a pistol, but the armor that I have doesn't provide me a lot of protection from getting shot square in the face. So that's what I'm trying to not do. Here's the third player here. He jumps down off to the side. I get a scav here. Brought an AK-74U with a nice little sight. And now becomes what I call the stress event. Although this whole game is this. I'm going to speed this up. This is 5 times speed. What you're hearing as far as the sounds is not, it's not a glitch. These are basically the firefights going on. There is somebody in here that is just loaded to the teeth. It sounds like a couple of people pretty well loaded to the teeth. For whatever reason, I decide I'm going to back into this corner. Now, this is a scav player spawn. I decide I'm going to back into this corner just to see. I'm pretty close to my objective here. All the little fast-forwarded speaking is literally scavs are just walking around me the whole time. The entire time. And this was, I stayed here easily for 5 minutes. I'm checking my time, seeing what I've got. I use up literally all of the time in this mission. Crazy firefights going on. Crazy firefights going to start here. This guy pushes back. Obviously, I got to kill him. And now at this point, I'm worried that more scavs are going to push. That's the only reason I pulled into this spot. It is pretty easily, I'll call it defensible, which is nice. So, of course, I'm going to get a quick loot in. I do want to take something out of this. This guy has like a crazy chest rack, which is really nice. Still lots of shots going on. These guys are fighting. It's hard to tell. I can definitely tell one at least seems like a player. But same guy is just holding this down and just absolutely destroying some folks. I'm worried that he's above. I think he peaks up there at least 1 point. But he does sound a little bit to my left. Finally, after sitting there for many, many minutes, I get a kind of actually not a break in the action, but a little bit of the action going on. And I decide I've got to make my move here. There's not a whole lot of time left. I did not know what to do here. I've come so close. I've been so close on this. I do understand this map probably actually better than customs because I played it a ton for like my scav raids and just trying to. Honestly, it's a great place to get used to weapons and attachments. So I'm trying to make my way. My objective is again not very far at this point. See this player? We kind of back off from each other. I'm expecting him to actually kind of push me. I think he gets in a fight with maybe a scav or other players. Could not tell what he was at that point. It looked like he might have been a scav set. I'm not really sure. So I'm stuck now at this point. The guy that was shooting is basically standing over the objective I have to get to. The guy that I just ran into is basically standing right in front of the exit, which is also right next to the place that I have to get to. So I'm stuck. And now my timer is going. 10 minutes left out of the original. I think we get about 24, 25 minutes from the start. My nerves are going. My heart is racing. I don't know what to do because these guys, so much of this map is the ability to hold a corner or hold a doorway. There's a lot of spots like this where I'm now where I can actually hold this pretty effectively just from the angles. Obviously, I have to watch down the hallway, but I'm also worried about getting shot in the back. So I decide I've got to move. I've got 6 minutes. I know it's going to take some time to place this objective, or at a minimum, I just need to get out so I can run this again. I get the peek here. That guy sees me. I know he sees me for a fact. 100%. Here comes a grenade, and now it's on. Feel like I make a pretty good move. He lays. I get some solid shots on that guy right there. I've now taken some damage. Can't figure out how to friggin' reload. And I think that is actually my kill right there. I'm pretty sure, which is pretty nuts. Now here's my other dilemma. I now have this really well geared player with some type, I don't even know what he's using, some type of pretty solid machine gun that's now literally standing either above or right outside of my objective area. I'm contemplating here. I'm going, okay, what grenades do I have? I think I have a flash. And I'm like, I'm in such a pickle right now. I feel very confident that there's virtually nobody else on this map. I think the PMCs are all dead or have extracted at this point. I feel very confident that this guy is a PMC, and he's just geared. He's just really, really geared. I'm trying to peek. I'm trying to bait him out because I don't have a good idea where he is. There's a good chance right there up at that kind of second story room is really actually where I need to go, interestingly enough. I feel safe to kind of take a quick loot, which is probably really stupid of me, but I realize that at this point I'm still thinking I might need to just exit. So if I can just basically find where this guy is, spray a little bit, get him to fall back, I can run straight to the exit. And then I'm like, I've got 4 minutes. Maybe he's moved. I'm going to just try to get an angle and find this guy. The whole time I'm like, I've made it this far. I've done this so many times. This is probably the 6th or 7th time that I've been in this position. Maybe not quite that, maybe 5th. But my success on customs is actually not bad because it's a bigger map. You got more opportunity to kind of dodge some folks. You got more opportunity to basically to get out and be really pretty sneaky, especially if you understand the spawns, and obviously get a little bit of luck. So I'm at 4 minutes, trying to look. Don't see the guy. Now at this point I would have expected to get shot. The guy chucks a grenade, but obviously chucks it behind there. So I think he thinks I'm much farther behind. And I realize that the only good place that he's going to be able to in order to make that grenade throw is probably in the door of the second story. Thought about looting this guy. I think I might end up looting this guy. I don't remember. No, I just peek. So he can hear me. I'm trying to kind of make that obvious. Because honestly, I'm still not sure at this point, but that is where I need to go right there. I'm worried he could be above. I really do think he's in that red door right there. Still not sure. At this point, I have a pretty good feeling because I haven't seen him. I would have thought he would have peeked those 3 windows, and again, that's exactly where I need to go. So now I focus my attention on this red door. I can hear him. I've heard him moving around. Obviously, a lot of that is my footsteps. Footsteps can be not crazy loud in this game, but loud enough. So he's geared up. At least some kind of an AK. Decent weapon set. Not sure. He can obviously come down the steps. So this is, again, still my dilemma. My time is running out. I've got 2.5 minutes. I still want to set this objective, and I've got basically this one guy. So I kind of go a little aggro here, which I don't know how I feel about it. So he fires through that door. I'm going to fire through the door. That's him actually speaking, which is interesting. I think he's trying to basically tell me to, like, leave him alone. And then again, my PC gaming noobness comes in here. I cannot for the life of me walk backwards up these steps. I missed him the first time. I missed him again. Finally, I have to just look at him so I can walk on him. Now, this is super loud. So I'm expecting at any point this guy flips this door open. He's going to know exactly where I am. I take the chance. I've got 1:40 left. I got 30 seconds to drop this on here. My heart is going 1,000 miles an hour. Because I'm like, this guy, he opens this door. I have to, quit the sequence, right? Don't know how long that's going to take. I have to probably pull my gun back out. I'm super vulnerable at this point. I hear him moving around a little bit. He obviously said some lines earlier. Fantastically enough, we get this off. So I'm like, okay, now I just got to push him. I just got to make him fall back. I don't know if he's gone upstairs, downstairs. No clue where he's at, right? So I'm going to fire there, try to dodge the rubble, and I'm like, I'm going to get shot right here because I can't open the damn door. But lucky enough for me, my suspenseful 2-map journey results in the ability to get out of here. Now, interestingly enough, I actually sat here for a second. As I start the extract, I thought, can I just wait this guy out? I mean, he's going to have to run in here. I'm like, I'm not going to be greedy, not taking the chance. I've got to extract, finish these missions up, get delivery with the pass done, and just enjoy the success a little bit. Literally not a very difficult thing to do. But this is Escape from Tarkov, and I've been trying this. Like I said, I've had this mission for just about from the start of the game. It's one of the earliest missions you get. I could not be more ecstatic to have it finally finished. So hopefully you enjoyed my journey. Hopefully you enjoyed a little bit of the commentary. I thought, honestly, did not know that it was going to go this way. So live commentary might have been a little bit better. But as I kind of talked through it, I'm glad it resulted in this way. And just hopefully enjoyed. Hopefully you're enjoying this. If you're interested in this game at all, go and get it. You got to have a pretty decent computer to run the graphics. It is relatively internet heavy, I would say. A better internet, the better connectivity you're going to have, which is, I think, really critical for this because you don't stay alive for very long. So you need the opportunity to see people when they appear and take them out. So again, hopefully you enjoyed. More content of this coming here soon. Probably be streaming this in the near future as well. And just hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please, again, give me a like, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you are new. Been around a while. Again, thank you for the continued support. Let me know if you're enjoying this on the channel. And with that, we'll leave you until the next time. Doc from Average Gamer, guys. Thanks for watching. Peace.